day everyone. We are the Group 4 and we will be reporting about the evolution of Philippine taxation. So, taxation in the Philippines has evolved alongside the country's history, so reflecting changes in governance and economic priorities. So, sa pre-colonial period, kay taxes were simple tributes paid in goods or labor to local leaders. So, under po sa Spanish rule, ang taxation kay nahimo pong formal o compulsory na sab. So, with systems like katong tributo o katong sedula, often kay nagdala siya burden sa Filipinos. So, during the American period, ang taxation pod kay na-modernize siya with the creation of the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR and the introduction of income-based taxes. During po sa Japanese occupation, gidistrap po nila na kanang kuan na system due to economic instability. So after po sa independence kay ang government po can strengthen taxation through the National Internal Revenue Code and later reforms like the Value Added Tax or the VAT and the Train Law. So, Philippine taxation evolved from the informal contributions to a structured system that supports government services and national development. Next is, what is the purpose of taxation? So, the purpose ani nganong naamani, nganong kanang na-exist mani. So, first, natin upat ka kanang reason nganong kailangan ni siya. First, kay nag-provide siya of revenue for government operations. Unsa man na siya? Ang mga tax nga ginakolekta kay mo na siya yung main source of funds used sa finance public services such as kanang education. Unsa may sweldo sa mga kuan? Mo na siya dira ginakuha ang mga sweldo sa mga teachers, kanang sa healthcare pod, kanang sa mga nurses, doctors, dira pod nagikan. And then kung sa infrastructure sub, kanang ipangtukod ng mga buildings inaana, and then sa national defense for example ana kanang sa mga pulis, mga sundalo, unsa pa na dira. So kung walay kanang taxes, ang government kay dili po siya mo function, di ba? Dili siya function effectively or mag-deliver of basic services sa mga katawhan. So, ang second reason is ang taxation kay nagatabang sa redistribution of wealth. Sa man siya. So, through sa progressive tax systems, if mayo lang jud ang pagdala or kanang mahatag lang jud sa tama bitaw ang kanang atong mga tax. So, where the higher income individuals pay more if ang government pud kay magka-reduce income inequality. So the revenue collected is often used to fund social programs, kana na mga subsidies. So kana bitaw kabantay man ang mga tan sa 4Ps, for example na sa 4Ps mga kanang senior citizen na mas mga dawat mga subsidies nga na. So if ang isa ka individual kanang dako iyang kanang tax nga kanang nahatag, so siyempre nabang ito mga sobra-sobra inana, so makatabang pud og kanang na mga kuha makakatawhan like subsidies lagi katong 4Ps, diba? Mas lay madawat binulan ba na unsa ba na, and then assistance for sa mga lower income groups na ay mga kuanan matabangan ng mga kanang dili kayo kuan ng mga tawag diri sa Philippines or asa ba na dira. So third ani kay ang taxation kay plays a role in economic regulation. So ang government can nag-influence sa economic behavior through adjusting tax rates. Example ani kay ang higher taxes on harmful products like katong mga tobacco o alcohol can be discourage consumption, while tax incentives can encourage investment and business growth. So lastly ang fourth reason kay ang taxation nag-promote siya og social justice and development. So by funding public goods and services and supporting disadvantaged sectors, ang mga tax pod kinagatabang nga magahimo og kanang equitable society. So this ensures that ang economic growth benefits a wider population. Dili lang kay gamay matabangan. Daghan jud siya, ubay-ubay gyud. So overall taxation kay dili lang siya about sa kanang pag-collect og kanang money gikan sa katawhan bitaw. Mao ni siya may key tool for governance, fairness, and national development. So first, we have pre-colonial period. So sa ilaha sa una, before Spanish colonization, in early society sa Philippines kay wala jud katay kanang wala jud sila formal tax systems like we have today. So instead, they practice system called katong buwis, so which was form a tribute given to the dato or the local chief. So kanina tribute kay was not strictly enforced by law. So people gave goods such as rice, gold, or livestock, or provided services like farming or helping in community work. So in return po ani ang kanang offered po sa kanang dato or the chief kay mo-offered po og protection, leadership, and support during conflicts or hardships. Like balikon bitaw siya kanang if nakay hatag din mo po na kumatag sa imuha ingana. So the system was based on mutual obligation and social relationships. So rather than written laws or strict rules, wala gyud rules, di ba? Kay dili siya gina-enforced by law. So wala gyud na. And then it also reflected sa social hierarchy. So nga ang kanang mga members sa community sa isa ka lugar kay mo contribute lang siya according sa status o sa capacity. Dayon ang buwis kay was more about cooperation and loyalty within the community more than a compulsory taxation. During po sa kanang Spanish colonization sa Philippines, a formal and more structured taxation system was introduced. So unlike earlier sa pre-colonial katong buwis system, ang tax diri sa Spanish colonization kay mandatory na siya and enforced by law, meaning na siya strict rules, di ba? And then ang mga Filipino kay required siya nga mo bayad sa tributo, which was later replaced by the cedula personal or the residence tax and identification. Kana pamatuod jud nga nagbayad buta jud ka og kanang cedula ana. So in addition, ang mga tao kay mapugos sila og kanang trabaho bitaw through a polo e-servicio may tawagan nila. So where they had to work, mutabaw sila sa mga public projects, example na ng kuan, tabaw sila sa karsada, sa kanang shift for a certain number of days each year. Nana. So the bandala system also required Filipinos kanang mamaligya og kanang goods, especially sa agricultural products to the government at a very low prices. So unsaon na pagbawi, di ba, kung kuan dako kay lang gasto dayon ang ilang baligya pa jud sa pajud bratuha. And then these forms of taxation were used to fund the Spanish colonial government, including its administration and projects. However, they were often abusive and burdensome. So mo na siya mo lang gingon na kanang gibutang nila diri nga kanang time kay na burden siya ang Filipinos mo nang abusive and burdensome. So placing heavy pressure ang mga kuan kay syempre mapugos sila trabaho sa kanang kuan, trabaho sa government, sa mga roads na Filipino people na wala sila kanang mabawi bitaw sa ilaha, wala in return wala sila madawat. So as a result, these oppressive practices contributed to a widespread dissatisfaction and uprisings against the Spanish rule.
So now let's proceed to tax abuses under Spain. So this is the time where the Spain is the one nga nag-in control sa tax sa mga Filipino people. So let's all tackle about kung paunsa man gi-abuse sa mga Spanish people ang mga Filipino people in terms sa ilahang tax. So, first is the excessive tax collection. So, before, miskan pa man ikaw pobre nga Filipino people, gamay kayo mong income, dako gihapon og singil or pag-collect ang mga Espanyol people sa imuha. The rich and the poor are the same nga exist gid kaayo ang pag-collect og tax sa ilaha. The next is the corruption among officials. Every time na makakuha ang mga Espanyol people og money, tax sa mga Filipino people, kato nga money is wala to nila gihatag sa government. Where it's ilaha bitang gikip ang money or ilahang gikorap. So, ilahang gikorap ang money, so dapat unta ang money is mabalik sa mga Filipino people, kay of course ilaha matong hinaguan, pero dili na siya mabalik kay tungod ilaha manggibulsa ang kwarta sa mga Filipino people. The next is burden on poor Filipino. As what I've said, rich and poor Filipino people are the same nga dako kayo og tax collection. So grabe ang burden ato, especially sa mga pobre na mga tawo, kay gamay na gani kay silang income, dako pa kay sila og tax. So paunsa na lang nila i-live ilang life every single day. So munang burden jud kayo ang tax collection sa mga Espanyol people sa ilaha. Next is the contribution to uprising and nationalism. Because of the high or excessive tax collection sa mga Espanyol people sa ilaha, ang mga Filipino people na became as one and they fight sa mga Espanyol sa ilahang right in terms sa tax. Ang mga Americano people naman ang nag-in control sa mga Filipino people. The American regime introduced a modern tax system focused on efficiency and organization. Income tax was implemented in 1909, and interval revenue laws were established. The Bureau of Internal Revenue (BIR) was created to manage tax collection systematically. So, pag-abot sa American, here there is sa Philippines, they know nga one of the problem gyud is ang pag-collect sa one of the problem gyud nga nahitabo sa mga Espanyol and sa Filipino people is ang excessive nga tax collection. So that is why they decide nga ilaha jud yung effects ang kuan bitaw ang tax system. So diri ilahang gi-organize, ilahang kana bitang gihimong fair ang tax system sa Philippines. So para of course walay fighting na mahitabo. So muna, so 1909, as what I've said, the American people nagbuild sila income tax. This income tax is naka-base diri kung pila ang imong income every month, mausab to ang kuhaan og percentage sa imuhang tax. So dili na siya same sa Espanyol people na miskan pa magamay kag income, still dako ra gihapon ka og tax. So dili na siya ingon ana. And also they build a law or they create a law which is the internal revenue para of course clear nga mao jud ni ang mga rules nga dapat sundon pod sa mga Filipino people in terms sa tax system. The next, and they also build or created a BIR or the Bureau of Internal Revenue para of course the one nga mo collect sa tax sa mga Filipino and kanabitang para of course smooth pod ang pag-collect, then kuan jud siya baka na smooth and walay fighting na mahitabo of course. So next is the features of American tax system. So mao ni ang gihimo nga pag-organize sa American here in the Philippines in terms sa tax sa Filipino. So first is the scientific tax administration. Mas systematic bitaw ang mas systematic na kayo ang ilahang gihimo in terms sa process of collecting the tax sa Filipino people. Para of course walay question, walay fighting na mahitabo or dili na mabalik ang sa kung unsay nahitabo sa Spain before. Next is the income-based taxation. Income-based taxation, as what I've said, na kung pilay income sa isa ka tao, dito ra pod naka-base kung pila iyahang tax. So dili na siya kung dako kag income, of course dako kag tax. Kung gamay kag income, gamay sab kag tax. So dili na siya same sa Spain before. Next is the improved record keeping. So di ari improve record keeping. So diri mas ginapa-improve nila na every time mo collect sila og tax sa Filipino people, naka-record jud na siya para of course wala question nganong gibalikan man ko nga human na makubayad lectures mga ingon na bitaw, para of course aware pod ang mga Filipino people nga every time gikuhaan sila og tax naka-record na. So dili gyud sila pod maka-ingon nga gibutbutan sila or sila pod makabutbot sa mga American. So ilaha bitaw jung timuan og system nga mulimpyo jud siya sa. And the next, which is the legal framework for taxation. So this is the law nga gihimo sa mga American para of course dili basta-basta ang pagkuha lang og tax sa mga Filipino. Naa jud siya process nga dapat sundon usa ka mokuha og tax sa mga Filipino people. So mao na siya ang gihimo nila. So kini nga upat na gihimo nila just to make sure na everything nga dili na mabalik ang kung unsa man ang nahitabo sa ilaha before sa mga Espanyol. So diri jud mas gipaganda, mas pinaayos ang pag-collect sa mga tax sa mga Filipino people. And makakita bitaw sila dili na bitaw injustice ilang mapil kundi naanay justice na every time na sila ang ilahang mga hard work is dili lang pod dingon mahatag lang pod sa government kundi naapod sila makip para sa ilang kaugalingon. So maura to siya ang ako ang part, of course. So next is the features of American tax system. So mao ni ang gihimo nga pag-organize sa American here in the Philippines in terms sa tax sa Filipino. So first is the Scientific Tax Administration. Mas systematic bitaw ang mas systematic na kayo ang ilahang gihimo in terms sa process of collecting the tax sa Filipino people. Para of course walay question, walay fighting na mahitabo or dili na mabalik ang sa kung unsay nahitabo sa Spain before. Next is the income-based taxation. Income-based taxation, as what I've said, na kung pilay income sa isa ka tao, dito ra pod naka-base kung pila iyahang tax. So, dili na siya, kung dako kag income, of course, dako kag tax. Kung gamay kag income, gamay sab kag tax. So, dili na siya same sa Spain before. Next is the improved record keeping. So, diari, improve record keeping. So diri mas ginapa-improve nila na every time mo collect sila og tax sa Filipino people, naka-record jud na siya para of course wala question nganong gibalikan man ko nga human na makubayad lectures mga ingon na bitaw, para of course aware pod ang mga Filipino people nga every time gikuhaan sila og tax naka-record na. So dili gyud sila pod maka-ingon nga gibutbutan sila or sila pod makabutbot sa mga American. So ilaha bitaw jung timuan og system nga mulimpyo jud siya sa. And the next, which is the legal framework for taxation. So this is the law nga gihimo sa mga American para of course dili basta-basta ang pagkuha lang og tax sa mga Filipino. Naa jud siya process nga dapat sundon usa ka mokuha og tax sa mga Filipino people. So mao na siya ang gihimo nila. So kini nga upat na gihimo nila just to make sure na everything nga dili na mabalik ang kung unsa man ang nahitabo sa ilaha before sa mga Espanyol. So diri jud mas gipaganda, mas pinaayos ang pag-collect sa mga tax sa mga Filipino people. And makakita bitaw sila dili na bitaw injustice ilang mapil kundi naanay justice na every time na sila Ang ilahang mga hard work is dili lang pwedeng mahatag lang pod sa government, kundi naapod sila makip para sa ilang kaugalingon. So maura to siya ang ako ang part.
Japanese occupation. During the Japanese occupation, taxation became unstable and burdensome. Heavy taxes were imposed and the circulation of Mickey Mouse money led to inflation and economic collapse, worsening the living condition of Filipinos. So, during Japanese occupation, taxes were heavy and unfair. The use of Mickey Mouse money caused prices to skyrocket, destroying the economy and making life very hard for the Filipinos. So, Mickey Mouse money is the nickname for the Japanese issue during World War II. And because it was worthless and looked like fake or flame money, revenue generation and economic stability. So the government fixed and improved the tax system. They focus on taxing income and businesses to earn money and help the country recover and grow. Next, during martial law under Ferdinand Marcos, the tax system became centralized. New taxes were introduced to support infrastructure and government programs, but concerns about misuse of funds and lack of transparency emerged. So tax collection was controlled by the central government. New taxes were created to build roads and projects, but people were worried that money was being wasted or used improperly.
1987 Constitution. After the 1986 People Power Revolution that ended Marcos' regime, the new constitution set rules for how taxes should work. There are 3 rules for how taxes should work. First is equity or fairness. Tax burden should match ability to pay. People with similar income should pay similar tax. Next is uniformity. The same tax rule applies to all people or things in the same class, no special treatment. Next is progressivity. The tax rate goes up as income goes up. Higher earners pay a bigger percentage, not just a bigger amount. This won't mean to fix the abusive, unequal tax system under the martial law. Value-added tax. VAT is replaced the old sales tax system in 1988. Here's the difference between the sales tax and VAT. The sales tax is charged only once when the final product is sold to a customer. The value-added tax is charged at every step when raw materials are sold to a factory, when the factory sells to a store, and when the store sells to you. Each business only pays tax on the value they added, so there's no double taxing. It's a consumption tax, so it hits everyone who buys goods services. Today, it's 12% in the Philippines and it's one of the BIR's biggest money makers. Next is modern tax reforms. There are current BIR efforts to improve the system. Expansion of tax base, getting more people, business to actually pay taxes, cracks down on the informal economy and tax evaders. Digitalization of tax collection, EFS, EBIR forms, online filing makes it harder to cheat and easier to pay. Strengthening compliance system, better audits, third-party data matching, and penalty to catch non-payers. Improve taxpayer services, faster processing, online help desk, taxpayer education. Goal is to make compliance less painful. In short, 1987 set the rules. VAT became the main tool, and modern reforms are how the BIRs enforces it today.
So, Trade Law 2017, the Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion Law reduced personal income taxes while increases excise taxes on fuel, sugary drinks, and other products. It aimed to make taxation more equitable while increasing government revenue. So, train law or tax reform for acceleration and inclusion changed how taxes are collected in the Philippines. Its main goal was to help ordinary workers lowering personal income tax so people could bring home more money from their salary. However, to make up for the lost income, the government increased taxes on certain products like fuel, sugary drinks, and cigarettes. These are called excise taxes. Because of this, some goods became more expensive, and overall, the law tried to balance things, giving relief to workers while still making sure the government has enough funds projects like infrastructures, healthcare, and education. Next is Create Law. Create Law 2021, the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises Act lowered corporate income tax rates and provide incentives to businesses. It was designed to promote investments and support economic recovery after the pandemic. So, Create Law or Corporate Recovery Tax Incentives for Enterprises focuses more on businesses. It reduced the corporate income tax, which means companies pay less tax. Aside from that, it also gives incentives or rewards to businesses, especially those that invest, expand, or create jobs. This is important because many businesses struggled during the COVID-19 pandemic. The main purpose of this law is to help businesses recover, attract more investors, and create more job opportunities for Filipinos, which helps the economy grow. Next is the current tax system. So today, taxation in the Philippines is administered by Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR, Bureau of Customs or BOC, and then the types of taxes include income tax, value-added tax, excise tax, and customs duties. So, in the Philippines today, taxes are managed by two main government agencies. The Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR collects taxes from individuals and local businesses like income tax and VAT. Bureau of Customs or BOC handles taxes on imported goods coming into the country. There are different types of taxes that people pay. Income tax is based on how much a person earns. Value-added tax or VAT is added to most goods and services we buy. Excise tax is applied to specific products like fuel, alcohol, and sugary drinks. And lastly, customs duties are taxes on products imported from another country. All of these taxes are important because they fund government services such as hospitals, schools, roads, and other public programs. So that's it.
Good day everyone, I am Mariel Bantilan and now I will be discussing the importance of taxation today. So we have different types of taxation supports such as infrastructure development, healthcare and education, social services, and economic growth. In conclusion,
The evolution of Philippines taxation reflects the country's historical, political, and economic changes. From simple tribute systems to complex legal frameworks, taxation continues to evolve to promote fairness, efficiency, and national development. However, taxation also presents several challenges such as tax evasion, corruption, inefficiency in collection, and economic inequality. So first, tax evasion is when people or businesses illegally avoid paying taxes. Next is corruption. This happens when officials misuse tax money for personal gain instead of using it for public. Next is inefficiency in collection. This means that the system of collecting taxes is slow, disorganized, or poorly managed. And lastly is economic inequality. This is a gap between a rich and poor, and how taxes are designed can either make that gap bigger and small.